It is a violent case. A Johnstown man accused of killing his father with a hammer before dragging him to the basement and stealing his things.
Jonathan Kuzma pled guilty to that attack last month. Today it was up to a judge to determine his level of guilt. Maria Miller in the courtroom today. And Maria, this has been a historic day of sorts. It's been a while since this type of hearing has happened in Cambria County.
Yeah, Marty, we couldn't track down an exact year, but many thought today it was the first time in about 30 years. And what the hearing was all about was really to say that there was more than enough evidence to prove through Kuzma's own statements and admission of guilt that he did it. There just wasn't enough evidence to prove his level of intent. Jonathan Kuzma left court Wednesday with visible tears in his eyes, nearly 2 weeks after pleading guilty to homicide for the stabbing death of his father last year.
Mr. Kuzma, unfortunately, was involved in the attack on his father. I don't think that was in dispute.
But on Wednesday, he left it up to a judge to decide the degree.
The district attorney's office felt it was first degree, and they were trying to prove first degree, so we felt otherwise it was a third degree, so we had to have this type of proceeding.
Through testimony, Kuzma's mother, his psychiatrist, and himself all spoke of a broken family and a stressful home environment. Kuzma, depressed and suicidal, using drugs and alcohol to cope. When his father refused to let him borrow the car last August to get treatment from a methadone clinic, Kuzma said he couldn't take it anymore and became enraged, telling the judge in detail how he took a hammer from the kitchen cabinet, waited until his father fell asleep before striking him in the back of the head. When his father started to suffer, he said he took his pocket knife and stabbed him in the throat. The district attorney's office argued that was more than enough intent for first-degree murder, but the judge didn't agree.
Commonwealth, we put our case on, and Judge Creaney made a ruling, and frankly, it was a close case. It could have gone either way.
Kuzma was found guilty of murder in the third degree. Judge Timothy Creaney saying he had to go with his gut, and even though he believes Kuzma knew what he was doing, Creaney said he believes Kuzma was so angry he just snapped, but was never able to fully form an intent to kill.
Sometimes juries, which we don't have a jury here, and in this case it was the judge making the factual determination, they go with their gut. And he went with his gut here, and we don't have to necessarily agree, but on the other hand, we certainly respect his decision.
Now, a third-degree murder charge means Kuzma could be looking at a sentence of 20 to 40 years in prison. That will be determined by Judge Creaney in September. Reporting live, Maria Miller, 6 News.